And for San Antonio, Gay and Aldridge are up front. Derek White is out there with Murray. And it's DeRozan in at the 3 spot.
And the Spurs are...
San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for Aldridge. Trey Lyles comes in for Rudy Gay. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Derek White. That's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. Here's Mills. McGee with the block.
Boy, and the wingspan McGee has covers a lot of ground. Very useful for shot blocking.
To end the run, San Antonio with the rebound. Here's DeRozan. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on JaVale McGee.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws. You know, in the loaded West, DeMar DeRozan, not an all-star last season after being one multiple times in the East. His first time missing the festivities in 4 seasons.
Over to the wing. Just 5 to shoot. It's stolen by Lyles. And here's the break. Over Smith. Again, the miss by the Spurs. You talk about that edge, Clark, for DeRozan, very focused on proving his doubters wrong.
Nothing wrong with playing with something to prove, with that kind of attitude and mindset, turning that negative into a positive. And most importantly, it can't just be a mindset. You have to put the work into it as well. And he's done that, gotten better each year.
And the powerful one-handed slam.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Passes to Lyles. Kicks to Mills. 32 seconds left in the first quarter. Clock at 6. Forbes can't get it to go. And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Lakers. They trail by 3. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
Yeah, they made some spectacular plays in it right to the very end. Just couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah, you know, they didn't have their best stuff, but they were still getting after it. So you got to really appreciate the effort and hustle.
And here's Mills for 3. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. Yep, you love the honesty and the bravery to step forward and tell his emotional story.
Yeah, he opened a dialogue. Kevin Love following his lead to talk about anxiety. Athletes as public figures can have a broader impact than just entertaining, and we see it over and over again.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And guys, what's your take on the Spurs so far?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, you know, the defense, guys, is just disruptive, active, and energetic, and you can't afford to be loose with the ball against these guys.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, they've got JaVale McGee. Markieff Morris is out there with J.R. Smith. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Mark, a lot of coaches like to run their offense through centers. Any names you can think of who you'd be comfortable running your offense through at that position?
Well, just because I've watched him and loved his game since locking into him, Jokic.
Yes. Man,
can he pass it. He can shoot it. He can score it inside. He's got it.
San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Poeltl, he is checked in for Aldridge. DeRozan comes in for Lonnie Walker. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for White. And it's Mills in for Murray. No good. That would have tied it.
You know, that's not a great matchup, guys. He forced it against outstanding defense.
Smith against DeRozan. Poeltl trying to get open. And the basket by DeRozan. Now it's a 4-point Spurs lead.
You know, it's really the defining part of DeRozan's game, driving the basketball hard at defenders, and he'll come right at you with athleticism and strength.
Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. He's got 6.
And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
Here's Mills. He's coming off a 10-point game against Golden State. Pass to Pirtle. Makes it off the glass. And the Spurs lead by 4.
And since the first quarter, we've seen them ease off on that long-range affair. And frankly, that's probably a good idea.
I know there's some teams out there that would prefer to just shoot their way out of a slump, but, you know, getting a few to drop from in close or inside the arc is often a good way to get your whole offense going.
Up again, and Gay with the second chance points. Gay's got 11 points.
Boy, good instincts and timing on display there from Gay. Excellent anticipation.
And we've all right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back. Some changes here for the Spurs. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for Gay. Bryn Forbes comes in for Derek White. And it's Mills in for Murray. It's Aldridge at the power forward with Poeltl at center. Then it's Mills, then it's DeRozan, and it's Forbes in at the shooting guard position. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs.
When Aldridge is in the neighborhood, you've got to be careful shooting it. I mean, proving there that he's capable of blocking shots.
1:19 left in the third.
And in a league that's obsessed with threes and layups, LaMarcus Aldridge defying the trend, really feasting on a steady diet of mid-range jumpers. His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Now here's Poeltl. Outside DeRozan. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Poeltl. From the low block. And he can't bank that one in. Los Angeles leading by 8. On the wing, Green. Covered by Mills. Yes, that goes in. 8 points for him.
Separation against the much taller defender.
You know, your assumption would be that he'd be at a big disadvantage in that matchup, but you'd be assuming wrong.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Outside Aldridge. And there's the pass to DeRozan. Good, and Aldridge gets the assist. Aldridge has got 3 assists in the game.
Oh, man. DeRozan, his interior game, worthy of much respect. When he gets the ball in a good spot, he goes to work.
And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
Major threat from three-point range. Got 2 of them to fall in that quarter. Right back after this break. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. So the Lakers 5 right now. Inside we've got Kuzma and McGee. Then it's Green. Then there's Murray.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Out to the right wing. Here's McGee. That one a little long. Spurs trail by 6. Outside DeRozan. To the inside. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Kuzma against Aldridge. And a foul call. Almost got it to go in, but he'll go to the line for 2.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him a play without fouling.
Shoot 2. – . . . . . . 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2
And he knocks down the first one.
You look at the Lakers desperate to surround LeBron with talent to win now. They have improved, but is it enough to go deep in the West?
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Rudy Gay's checked in for Aldridge. Derek White comes in for Bryn Forbes. And Murray subbed in for Patty Mills. He's off on the second. And the Lakers, for decades, Clark, a magnet for superstar free agents.
Yeah, and you know, guys, in recent years, more of a mixed bag in that regard. Whether it's the turmoil in the Lakers organization, I think that's part of it, or the prospect of playing in LeBron's shadow. A number of elite players have elected to go elsewhere thus far.
The kick out to LeBron. Shot from the wing. No good. Shot missing. Murray with the defensive effort.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
White with it. Pass to DeRozan. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Here's Gay. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified stretch.
And the And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late-game free throws are a lot different than early-game free throws in terms of making them.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2.
How about this little nugget? NBA history to make the all-defense team.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Absolutely massive free throw. That'll force them into a 3-point attempt.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They trail by 3. Just 2 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What do you think, guys?
They've got enough time here to find a good look. They can run a play off the hands of their best shooter. Of having that crowd behind.
We've been talking so much NBA 2K21, but we wanted to stop and take a moment to thank you guys for tuning in and joining us for 45 episodes in NBA 2K20.
We've had so much fun connecting with you all over this past season.
So as we put NBA 2K20 to a close, we take a look back at our favorite moments on NBA 2K TV. Check it out.
Welcome to this very
On Friday, they'll head back home to host the Miami Heat. Then on Sunday, they'll take on Marc Gasol and the Toronto Raptors.
And for that game against the Warriors, it's the second.
In the new season, Chris, every team wants that fast start, but when you really think about it, how important is that in the grand scheme of things?
Well, it depends on where you are. Like, let's think about Houston last year with the injuries. You don't want to get to a slow start where you're fighting for home court advantage. So it's very important. And usually veteran teams know that first 2-3 weeks of the season is when you can sneak teams. And if you're a younger team and you understand that, wait a minute, it's all about attention to detail, focus, and playing hard, you can get some pretty nice upsets early, because when for young teams, once the scouting report comes out and teams hone in on you, it might be a little bit more of a difficult season as the days go ahead.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this league.
Satoransky, the pass to Carter. Outside, Levine. Lets it go from 11. The Lakers with the rebound. This is their first chance to take a look at the Bulls this season.
And one of the few bright spots of their last season was sweeping the season series in this matchup. I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Going for the juggler right off the bat. I mean, jumping out to an impressive early lead.
Six to shoot. Knocked away. Stolen by Waiters. Out to the wing. There's the three. Goes back up. In deep, McGee drops it in.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Satoransky the pass to Porter. 58 seconds left to play in the first. Down low, here's Carter. McGee with the block.
Oh, this is McGee's role. He's out here to defend and to stifle shooters whenever he can.
Kuzma, that's good.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Well, you think defensively that you try to pack in the lane. I mean, but that...
Markieff Morris is checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Smith comes in for James. And it's Green in for Dion Waiters. 34 seconds left to play here in the first. Valentine with it. He's against Green. Here's Gafford. McGee with the block.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Can't connect from 14 feet out. Bulls trail by 16. Levine wide open. Buries the 20-footer.
With the swift release and the strong ability to create separation, Levine is a beast on the perimeter.
Smith the pass to Morris. 1 second left. And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. James is the all-time leader in playoff field goals made, and he had this to say about his ability to nail clutch shots.
I always feel like I got it. Always feel.
And you know, Greg, that's the type of confidence you got to have.
The words of a leader. James has proven time and time again that he's dangerous in late-game situations.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And for the Lakers, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
With the game being fast-paced these days, you can expect this from a lot of teams, but they did it very well.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Taking a look at the Bulls. We've got Valentine, also Zach LaVine out there, and it's Hutchinson in at the 3 slot. Clock at 6. Takes the 13-footer. Chicago grabs the miss. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play.
And with LeBron James managing to extend his prime, the pressure is on this Lakers organization to make the most of it.
Yeah, you're right, Jay. I mean, it's the kind of pressure you want, though. I mean, getting those superstar players.
Well, Zach LaVine possesses a speed, Chris, and a burst that makes him a very tough matchup.
Yeah, and he has a great first step. I mean, when he's trying to beat a defender off the bounce, you can't let him get an edge to the hoop. He'll flush it on your head 9 times out of 10.
Second shot opportunity, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game. And see, Webb, you talk to the Bulls fans, and they are eager for a return to greatness.
Yeah, GA, it's been a long time since the Jordan era, and Bulls fans know it. But you know, GA, the Bulls have a very loyal group of fans. Their patience has been tested, though, but this team needs results.
From 11 feet away, and that one hits back iron.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
Carter outside. Pass to Valentine. That one falls, coming off Carter's feet. Carter's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Raiders against Satoransky. Back to Waiters. Fires from deep. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And some... And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Look. Substitutions will make substitutions. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. They kick it out to Green. Passes it to McGee. To halt the run. He takes it up and lays it in. McGee's got his 2nd basket.
This is where McGee's coaches and teammates want him to shoot from. They know he can do damage in there with his hops.
So the Lakers 5 right now. They've got...
Oh! You can see why Levine won the dunk contest in 2016. I mean, he has endless ups.
Chris, there are guys that talk a lot of trash on the floor. You played against some legendary trash talkers. Who stands out in that area when you think back to when you played?
And I tell you what, the 2 guys that are on my mind, they definitely could have talked trash with the best of all time, and that's Pat Beverly. We've seen what he does. He just keeps coming and coming and coming. And that guy, Day-Day, yeah, Draymond Green, the one that plays out there in Golden State. Oh, yeah, he has a mouth on him, too. I think you heard him.
And when you played, who was the best trash talker back in your day?
By far, Larry Bird and Gary Payton. Those 2 guys would talk trash so much that you would get entertained into their talking and be like, well, what are you going to say next? I'm having a good time out here. It was always in fun, but trust me, they always wanted to stick that dad into you, too.
And you couldn't hide a smile either. They start getting you going. You could not hide a smile.
I couldn't, and that was my thing. I talked trash while I was smiling, so maybe no one else knew what I was saying but you. But those guys, they keep you laughing out there. They talk trash about you themselves after they missed the shot. They would talk themselves down or talk to a fan that was talking to them. So it was always entertaining. The best trash talkers talk to everyone, not just to their opponent.
For the lead, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul goes against Chicago. Lakers shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. And that one falls, and that puts them up by 1 point.
A championship standard in L.A. with the Lakers. The expectations will always be high.
Oh, yeah, Jay, you've been there with me. I mean, we both looked up in the Raptors and seen those 16 championship banners up there. I mean, with LeBron James in the fold, the expectation is to get to 17, 18, 19.
Here's Caldwell Pope, rejected by Young, and he recovers it. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession. Greg Anthony and